Alright, looks like everything's working. I've decided to do a walkthrough for Myst. I'm starting a brand new game and using the classic 1993 Myst. As much as possible, I'm going to try to avoid this stuff, but I don't think there is a way to avoid this. And it's not going to show up any further.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure,
Let's see.
the book would not be destroyed as I planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Okay, first thing to know, right, it gives you this little tutorial, but you probably know the controls. Anytime it gives you a book like this, you put your palm on it, and then it teleports you to another world. Sit here, watch pages turn while it loads. Funny, loading screens in the early days of computers, they would show you how much of something was done. Now they just put up a thing to kind of make you think nothing's working. Now here's what's important on this dock. It's this thing. Press this button, you can go down in there. I'm going to go down in here real quick. And by real quick, I mean that I clicked my left button in before I walked, because that would make it run. And you see these numbers on here. I'm going to well, we'll look at 40. Just because it's there. Whoops. And you go, after you push the button on the bottom, you do this, and it's going to show you what the Myst Island looks like. What did I do? I hit a button badly? What the hell? 4-0. Okay, let's try the other numbers. Wait a minute, that made a different sound that time. Nothing. I don't know what's going on. It's not important, though. Let's see what the other one was. 47? I think something's wrong. No, I guess nothing's wrong. So 47 works. Now see, 47 is this marker switch diagram. And basically what it's doing is telling you what a marker switch is. And that's why I came down here first. I'm gonna go down to 40. Again. And try to figure out why this isn't working. I have no idea, and I don't care. So, let's run up here. Now, normally you wouldn't go in there first. I guess if it was the first thing you ran across, you might do that. But notice right here is one of those marker switches from the marker switch diagram. There's one right there. And if you come up here, whoops, there's a second one. The reason I point those two out, and this one, the third one, is because right here on this path is a note. The note says, "I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our the forechamber." Oh, our forechamber. Okay, beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on this island into the messenger or the imager to retrieve the message. Right. So we've already counted 1, 2, 3. We need the total number of them. I'm just going to keep going around and show you where they are. There's 4. You know what? As long as I'm doing this, as long as I'm here, I'm going to turn them all on. Yeah, so I'm going to go into the library just to show you something. See this thing? It's all lit up, and you can turn this. Nothing much happens. You can hear something big happening in the background. But what? We don't know what. Well, let's go back to this marker switch right here and turn it on. Come to think of it, let's turn on these others. As long as I'm right here. This is sort of the preliminaries before even getting started. Maybe I should have done a separate video for this, but it's just such a small amount of work that I don't really think it should be a separate video. Now let's look at this. Notice how the map is lit up. On the dock where there was a market switch, it's lit up. That little building next door is the observatory, it's lit up. Over here, I don't know what it is, but it's lit up too. And notice that as you turn it, it will stop. Well, you can stop it anywhere you want, but it's right there, it's white. There, it's red. That's interesting. Where does this one turn red? Red. Red. I don't seem to be able to make the observatory turn red. Maybe the observatory doesn't turn red. Anyway, so those marker switches. Here's another one. They illuminate these areas on the map. So let's see, there was one down there, 2, 3, 4 there, 5 here. Now there's one way over there, you can't get to it. 6, 7, I've missed one somewhere. Let's see. Here's this one, that one's 2, that one's 3. Oh, this one, 8. So there's 8 marker switches. So you go back into the place down here on the dock. Thought I left the door open. Oh well. Get down here, and it says enter the number of marker switches. I still want to figure out why 40 isn't work. 40. It just doesn't seem to work. It's set for 40. Huh. Nothing. I don't get it. But the number of marker switches is 8. We'll enter that. And you get this guy.
Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed.
This is all storyline.
It's one of our sons. I suspect Aguilar. But I shouldn't leap to conclusion. I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in the places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten the access
Listen.
key, remember the tower rotation, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
Alright, so you hear what he said? He says, if you've forgotten the access key, remember the tower rotation. Let's see, what was this thing again? He says to erase that. So we'll put it back to 67, how it was. Let's see what happens. Yeah, turbulent pool. That's the way we found it. Alright, so the important thing there is tower rotation and access key. And you may remember that when we were in this building here, which is the library, this right here is the, this is the observatory. Come back to that a little later. This is the library. And remember, when you turn this, you hear something rotating. Something big, like a tower, right? So now I turn this thing, And I'm going to go with this right here. I call this area the tree, but it's called the trees, but it's actually called something else. Now you'll notice right here you have this bookshelf here, and there's books on there. There may be something important in those later. But there's also these things which have handles on them. If I pull this one, nothing happens. Look back here, you'll notice that the door is open. But if I pull this one, that door shuts, and this becomes a secret passage. We're going to run through the secret passage, get into the elevator. Got to shut the door or it won't work. Go up. Now when you go up the elevator, there's two things to do. First thing you do is come over here and notice the key. 724. Now I'm not going to forget that, but I think your forward button on your, I think it's the B button, is that right? Yeah, look at that. It brings up a camera. You can take a picture so that you can remember the key, and you can return to the photo album later, just in case you forgot. When you get to the, come on, let's go. You have to climb up till you can see feet, and then you move yourself over. Now I look down here and I can see this little spot. And there's a little path that leads to it. And it's like outside of the library. That is the observatory, but beyond that, you see those trees back there, those big trees. That's where we put the red line, and that's where we need to go. So, we now walk down, look for our footsies. Come on. There we go. Get into the elevator and get the smeg out of here. If I remember right, it was 724. If I'm wrong, I can always check my photo album. Open that. Go down here. Secret passage is open, but the door to get out is closed, and it's this one on the other side which closes the secret passage and opens the door. So we go running past, walk through some butterflies, and you come over to here, and you see this cool tree, and there's something down there. This is kind of weird, right? So you get it here, you don't need to do anything with that, you just open the door, and lo and behold, look, it's a safe. And there's also this thing, right? Let's crank out this, see if we can get that thing going, and we can't. 0 PSI, but we hear gas going. Well, we have a code. Let's put it in. 724. We'll open that. Oh, look at that. A way to ignite the gizmo. And look at the pressure going up. That's interesting. Let's get out here and check out what's going on. We hear some noise. The tree is being raised up in the air. That's cool. What's it gonna do? Apparently it scared a bunch of seagulls. Oh, look, a door. That's interesting. Maybe I'll go in. Nope, I can't go in. I wasn't quick enough, and besides, I wouldn't want to. And the reason you don't want to is because you don't want to go up there and just stand there looking out, not being able to get down. You want something else. So what you do is you go back in here and you turn this off. And then you go back out here as this thing is falling. You have to hurry. Got to get in as soon as it's available. With the pressure off, the tree just keeps going down. It's sort of a little elevator. Here I am. Pretty groovy. There is absolutely nothing in here at all whatsoever, except for another pressure thing that you could use to go back up, which we're not going to do, and a book. Whenever you find one of these books, I feel like my height is wrong. Have it up here. There we go. The A button. I put my hand on the book, it teleports me. Taking a while. Taking a while. Looks like my chat is on the wrong chat. Gonna change that real quick. Looks like one person's watching. Hello, one person watching. Now it starts you off right here. You see there's a pipe going into the water and you're on this path. There's only one way you can go. I'm gonna take every right turn I can. Oh, there's also this little valve thing right here. See what it does? Okay. Every right turn I can brings me to this. You have this pipe going to this, and it has a little thing on it. And you pull on it, and nothing happens. Well, that's interesting, right? Now, what you actually have to do is get water flowing through these pipes. I'm going to look over here. As you can see, there is also this, which is an elevator, which you could get in, and if it was working, you could pull on this, and it would take you up. But notice it's not working. So I'm just going to keep running around. Just keep taking left turns every time. When I first came in here, I took right turns every time. And now I look... Before I go over here, you need to see the... It's like a windmill type thing. But over here to the left is this spiral staircase. Got a weird notification from Quest headset, which may have interfered with sound, but it seems to be working now. So you have this staircase, but you can't go in there, right? And there's water going to it as well. So now I'm following back, and I'm going all the way to this turbine. Well, it's not I don't know what it is. It's not milling anything. It's not creating electricity. Whatever. This thing's got a valve. Looks like raw sewage going in there. That's gross. What's this? I don't know. You know what? You don't even need to use that. That's just something extra. So let's open this valve. And now you can hear water in the pipe, can't you? And I follow the sounds of the water, and I can still follow the sounds of the water over to here, but there's nothing here, right? But there was no water sound here before. That's a clue. Then I get back to here, and notice there's a valve, right? I know that's kind of a dead end, so I'm going to just change this valve so that it blocks water from going there and sends it down here instead. I'm going to follow the water. That's where the elevator is. Looks like it wouldn't have mattered which way I went on there. I think this is where I came in. I'm going to go down here just to make sure. Yeah, see, this is a dead end. No, this isn't a dead end. Okay, this is actually where I want to go. You see, you can't hear any water. As we saw before, this does nothing, so we need to get water going to this pipe. How will we do that? This is fascinating. There seems to be two ways to do this. So right now we've got water going this way, so might as well keep it going that way. And we'll move it over here. And then, see, it's blocking this one and it's sending it this way. We're going to send it down here. And now we can hear water all the way to this valve. And what happens? We pull on it, and this bridge comes up. That's pretty handy dandy. Go down through the bridge. I'm just following it wherever it goes, and look at this. There is another elevator. Look at that. It's right up there. There's no water to it. And if we wanted to get water to it, we would have, there's no pipe on this other path, right? We'll follow this other path. We get to here, we can see that there's a pipe. It's sort of broken, but if we turn this, it extends the pipe, but there was no water there. So if we want to get water to there, we have to send water down that pipe somehow. Go back to here for a second. Oh, that's right, I remember. It's remembering that I've done this before, so you're not watching me really have to figure anything out. Now, the elevator that I actually want, forget that place that I was just at. This is where this pipe was. Do you see this? It's where I just joined it. Means what, if I needed to use that elevator, I would fill up this pipe. But I don't actually want to fill up that pipe and use that other elevator over there. I want to use this elevator right here. So, I'm going to switch this valve to get water going to this elevator over here. So it should work. I now get inside, close the gate, and pull the handle. Alright, now, if you go around it, there's nowhere to go except one place. And if you look at this, let's go over to the left. I typically always want to go to the right, but if you go to the left, you'll notice there is nothing over here. It's just a dead end. Right? So it just adds ambience. So the only place you can go, let's check this out first. Notice there's nothing of interest in here. And we go here, we end up in this shack. There's something I should have shown you earlier, and it has to do with pages of a book. What we're trying to do in here is find pages in a book. Now I'm always going to turn right. See, there's two directions I could have gone, but I'm always turning right just to try to make sure that I hit everything. There are two books inside that library. And we're looking for, let's see, one's a red book, one's a blue book, and we're looking for the pages that have been torn out of those red and blue books that are scattered all over the Myst island. So, notice there's a valve there. Actually, let me go back in. It's not really a valve. So look over there, you can see the spiral staircase. We were at that spiral staircase down at the bottom. But we couldn't get into it. Well, that's where it leads to. And if I pull on this, you see a gate open over there. And if you look really closely, maybe you can't really see on the computer screen, I don't know, but if you look really closely, you can see that it's not the door to the elevator that opens, it's something else. It's just a gate. And presumably, I mean, just looking at it, looks like a gate that allows you access to that spiral staircase to get down. Remember, you can't get in it to go up, you can use it to get down. So, we've now opened that gate, that's handy. Getting back to where I was, always turning right. And now let's go around this thing, notice there's no valves, right? Again, always turning right, so we're going this way. The reason I'm always turning right is just so I don't get lost. And you can see that that was the path over to here. Right there is where the little switch is that opened this gate. Here's the gate to the spiral staircase. I'm not going to use it because I don't want to go down. But look, I need to go up. Maybe I do need to go down. Did I get water to this? Let's see. I did not. I do need to go down. So, we've got to go down the spiral staircase, which I suggest looking off into the distance while you do it, because it gives me motion sickness when I try it. Any other way. Get down to here, pull this, go out the gate. Now I obviously have to get water to this. Now I can go back to here. The gate is still open. Once again, look off into the distance so I don't get motion sick. Got a little motion sick. Now, when I try the gate, it'll go up. For the elevator, it'll go up. Hi Juan, you ready to do another chapter of this? I'm talking to someone in my chat. We just went through this together a couple of days ago. That's how I know what to do. And when I actually did a stream with him, but I started it late and my microphone wasn't working. Anyway, so I got out and I went to the right, because I always go to the right. Now this is kind of creepy. Look at this stuff. There's candles burning as if... Whoa! Okay, see, this guy... I know how he votes. Let's put it that way. Alright, go through here. Notice there's nothing in here. It's just that guy kind of letting you know that this is his space. Remember, there are two books. There's a blue book and a red book. And this is another way, right? You can go through this, or you can go through this gate. I don't know why there needs to be two places, but you can. Get over to here. You gotta grab these, open them like that, and look, as promised, a blue page. You just let it go, it goes into your inventory. This thing here, I think it's unimportant. Same guy. This is just part of the story, is all this. But when you hit this fourth one, you can see another guy, his brother.
I hope I've the right button, my dear brother. What a very interesting device you have here. I'm not erasing anything important in mind.
Okay, so there we go. We've found the...
He is preparing. Take only one page, my dear brother.
Yeah, so these guys continually throughout the game, they try to, like that one, they try to get you to only take, you know, the blue guy wants you to take the blue pages because it'll liberate him if all the pages are put back in the book. And the red guy wants you to only take the red pages because it'll liberate him. Neither one of them wants the other one liberated. So you go in here, it's like, there's something interesting. Isn't that interesting? So I'm going to hit my B button, because it's only half a message. You'll notice that it opened up the camera and snaps a picture. Go wandering and looking through the drawers, and look at that. Whoops, get out of here. There's the red page. Let's be nice and tidy and clean up. All right. I guess I can't clean that up. All right. So we only have half of a letter. It's like, where's the other half? Who knows? So here I am. I've got both my pages. This leads me down to the spiral staircase. So let's do that. Going to take the spiral staircase all the way down. Again, looking off into the distance so I don't get confused. All right. Now, you may remember that there was an elevator out here and a big pipe. Well, here's the... What is that? Oh, that's the first elevator. All right. Now, remember this pipe? This water. That is my friend Juan letting me know he's getting on the Myst, so I'm going to start another live stream in a minute after this one for another chapter. But you notice, remember when we connected this, but there was no water, and that this goes to the other elevator, which is over there. So we need to get some water coming to this. There's still no water going here, but we can at least get the valve set right. Over here, the valve is set right, but there's still no water. Over here, valve set right, still no water. And over here, valve is set wrong. That's why there's been no water. So we change the valve, get our pituitaries over here. Oops, went for the wrong one, didn't I? This is the right one. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, wrong turn. Went the way to the broken pipe. If I remember right, it does matter. It's right here, over here. Now this path, even though there's no water here, look at that, the path stayed up, the little bridge that came up. That's handy. Now, see, you can hear the water coming in. This is where we joined the pipes. They go to this, and if you look up here, you can see where the elevator stops. There is no other way to get to that elevator. There's no paths up there that will allow you to get there. What does this do? I don't know. Let's open this. Get in here, go up. There went the counterweight. We must be halfway up. Here we go. And here's the book. And the way you get out of here, as always, you put one of the palms of your hands on the book, and it transports you back. Where am I? Now, here's the thing. Here's these books. Now, what in the world? Okay, so I should have shown you this before. See how there's 2 pages? There should have only been 1. Put the one in, that was the first one that was actually here before, that I should have shown you before. You open it up, he tells you his story. We're not going to listen to that. Basically what he says is collect only the red pages, bring them to him to set him free. Don't collect the blue pages. So let's put this one in there as well. We'll be done with that. Over here, same thing. Same thing. All right. So that's it for this particular installment. We've got the pages from the first part, the sort of wooded area, the tree place. And I'm going to stop now. And I'm going to start a new stream with my friend Juan, who is just getting on. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate it.